Good morning, first and second grade. Today our new Bible story is called Jesus' First Miracle. We have new vocabulary to take a look at today. This is the same vocabulary that you had a chance to listen to yesterday. Disciples. Remember that disciples are men that Jesus chose to follow him. They learned about him and they learned from him, and then their other job was to tell others about him. The wedding dinner. The way the weddings were celebrated in the New Testament times, there was lots of fine food and drink, and it lasted for several days. You know how today, a wedding, you go to it maybe in the morning or early afternoon, then you go to the reception and you have a nice meal and you dance and you're done. Well, it was like that except for days. Wine. Wine was a common drink in Bible times because there wasn't much good drinking water, and so they would drink wine instead of water. Stone jars. The stone jars often held water that was used by the servants to wash guests' feet, and each of these stone jars could hold between 20 and 30 gallons. So think about a jug of milk that you get, a gallon of milk from the store. Now, if you would fill that up with water 20 to 30 times and fill it into the stone jar, that's how much water could go into them. And a miracle. A miracle is something special that only God can do. Our question today, how did Jesus first show his almighty power? Well, soon after Jesus was baptized, he chose some of his disciples, and they began to travel with him wherever he went. One day, Jesus and his disciples went to a wedding dinner in the town of Cana, and Mary, Jesus' mother, was there too. A wedding dinner like this lasted for several days, but before this one was over, the people giving it had a problem. The problem was that they ran out of wine. And Mary heard that the wine was gone. So she went to Jesus and she said, Jesus, they don't have any more wine. You need to take care of this problem. What problem did Mary bring to Jesus? Mary told Jesus that the wine was all gone. Jesus answered, Mother, you need to leave that to me. It's not the right time for me to help yet. So Mary did trust that Jesus would help in the way that was best at the right time. So she went to the servants and she said, do anything Jesus tells you to do. Now there were 6 large stone jars nearby. Remember, those stone jars could hold 20 to 30 gallons of water, more than someone could pick up and move. Fill those jars with water, Jesus told the servants. The servants filled each one to the top. Now dip some out, he told them, and take it to the man that's in charge of the dinner and let him taste it. When the man tasted the drink, he was surprised to find that it was very good wine. He didn't know where it had come from, but the servants knew. Jesus had turned the water into wine. The man said to the bridegroom, most people serve the best wine first, but you have kept the best wine for last. How did Jesus help the people at the wedding? Well, Jesus turned water into wine. This was the first of many miracles Jesus did to show that he was the Son of God. And now his disciples believed even more strongly that Jesus was God's Son. How did Jesus' miracle help the disciples? The disciples believed even more strongly that Jesus was the Son of God. So our aim, how did Jesus show his almighty power? Jesus first showed his almighty power by turning the water into wine. Your memory work for this week is the 5th commandment. You shall not murder. You can say that with me. You shall not murder. And then what does this mean? This is the explanation for what that commandment is talking about. We should fear and love God, that we do not hurt or harm our neighbor in his body, but help and befriend him in every bodily need. You shall not murder. What does this mean? We should fear and love God, that we do not hurt or harm our neighbor in his body, but help and befriend him in every bodily need. Let's fold our hands and pray. Dear Jesus, just as you helped the people at the wedding in Cana, we know you help us each day. Thank you for using your almighty power to give us everything we need. Amen. Now, first and second grade, remember that the memory work is helping us to remember that Jesus did something for the people that they needed. They needed that wine at their wedding. And just as Jesus provided for the people of the wedding in Cana, he also provides for us the things that we need. Remember to talk to him, ask him for what you need. Tell him what's wrong. Rejoice with him when things are going well. Have a wonderful day.